Stadium in Durham, North Carolina. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and the Duke Blue Devils. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Thanks, guys. I checked in with the Coastal Carolina head coach before the game. He understands this is a huge conference matchup with the 7-game winning streak on the line, but more importantly, conference play and ramifications for a conference championship. This is a huge matchup today, and he has warned his team, keep the streak alive by doing your job today. Reese?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Blue Devils will kick off first, and here we go. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Chanticleers offense will go on the attack first. And here comes the junior quarterback to get things into gear. Last time out, a solid day in a victory, throwing for more than 200 yards and a couple of scores.
Yeah, and you know, when we talk to the coaching staff, they just sort of say, hey, we're going to go as our quarterback goes. And they're on a nice little win streak right now, and the biggest reason why is because the play of the guy behind center. He has been lights out throwing it, has been making big plays, keeping the offense on rhythm, and avoiding the turnovers. That's all been critical. He keeps playing like this, they're going to keep winning games.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch.
There's a crease. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Chanticleers. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
So Duke's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you can make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that being there as a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella. He delivered.
Caught, and he's got room. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. Got it done in the passing game on the last play. Let's see what they do on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sellers. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Lopez. Quickly out to the tight end. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll try it again, and he'll be brought down.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Lopez from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The Chanticleers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Maybe a crease. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Chanticleers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Fires left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Pulls it on the option. There he goes. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And if the defense didn't know, they know now. That QB right there, man, that dude can fly. This offense is so explosive because the guy who gets the football can take off and make big plays at any point on the field, and he shows you how it's done right there.
Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Blue Devil offense will try to get things going on this drive. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. And that last completion left them with 2nd and 1. And this is a fun moment for an offensive coordinator. Here's Lopez to throw. Plucks it out of the air. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. He's got it on the right.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Lopez. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Man, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm. The passing game looking good.
Came up just inches short on 1st down. Now just a few links to go here on 2nd. Lopez, play action. On target. They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a 1st down. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Throwing, Lopez. Here comes the heat. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now the offense will back it up 5 and try it on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped at the 32, still ground to cover if they want to convert, and 4th down is coming. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. And now on second down for this offense. To the air, it's Kelly. It's complete on the right side. Turns it on in midfield. They get him out of bounds, but a chunk play to wrap up the first quarter, and this offense will carry momentum into the second. That's the end of the period, and Coastal Carolina has the lead as we get a look at the numbers so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. The run inside. It's Nowaski. All right, guys, let's talk a little Coastal Carolina. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. That becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
Got a little press. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Chanticleers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. He's got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Touchdown, Coastal! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And the extra point puts them on top 21-6. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the Duke offense to start the drive. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to...
It's a fumble! And he falls on top of his own fumble, and the offense will retain possession. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Red pass, it's complete. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Lopez. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're in the gun on 3rd down. It's Lopez. He'll throw it. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Blue Devils send out the punt unit. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Chanticleers now ready to go on offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And the shot that clears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, it's Kelly. Hauls it in. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback keep. Might have a chance. He's at the 10. All the way. Touchdown, shot to clear.
Man, it's so nice to have an offense that can do so many different things and attack you different ways. When you run the option the normal way with a running back, the defense knows how to play it. But how about this? The receiver out wide, now a little confusion. QB takes advantage and punches it in for 6.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Caught behind the line. It's Sellers. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Backed up now, here's second and long. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Here's Lopez to throw. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the third down pass is incomplete. And the Blue Devils will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Had to hurry the punt a bit, but gets great distance. He'll field the punt and take it back. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Kelly. Looking down the middle. Incomplete. They fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. They're working that left side. Open space at the 25. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. After that huge play right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air on second down. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. Let's start with TCU. taking on the SMU Mustangs. And it's the Horned Frogs, hoping that the clock hits zeros while they're still in front. A victory today would move them to 8-1 and catapult this team forward as they make their stretch run. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game at Wallace-Wade Stadium. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Field inside Wallace-Wade Stadium.
The shot that clears will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Blue Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Throwing, Lopez. Back open in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Here's a heat. Makes the grab on the left. Snags it, and he's open. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Lopez to pass. Oh, they're after him. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Off the RPO, complete. Good, solid tackle. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. They'll move the wide receiver. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. The Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Making side adjustments here. Creates a little space. Makes it past the marker. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Makes the grab. Turning it on. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He'll try to get to the marker himself. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. And the Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Nowaski. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, it's Kelly. Got his man. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the move. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. And the shot that clears in a good spot here with 2nd and short. On the ground, it's Nowaski. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. He's piled up 87 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. He's got his man. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The shot that clears after moving the sticks through the air come to the line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touchdown, Coastal! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's his 3rd score of the game, and he's up to double figures with 10 on the season.
Aggressive, 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 man. This offense does not want to waste any time. They try to score quickly. 3 passing touchdowns in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Turbin. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Grabbed behind the line. It's Sellers. Out across the 20, they'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, running back gets to give. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. Just watching the clock run out on this one, and we can turn our attention to what's in store for next week here in the midpoint of the season. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Looking to move the chains, they throw it complete to the left. He's running free down the middle. Past the 10. And he scores! Touchdown, Blue Devils!
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. So the Coastal Carolina offense takes over and they'll go to work from here. Look out, he's got room. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Running inside, it's Nowaski.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the shot to clears are flying down the field. Gets open down the middle.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
He's snuffed out behind the line again, went right back to the well and got the same bad result. Dropping back, it's Kelly. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Breaks it, headed to the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The play fake, Lopez. He's got his man across the middle. At the 45 on his way. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. They'll go back to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Blue Devils have pushed it inside the 20. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the move. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. With the clock running, this should be the final play. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in.